And then now we've had 2 murder attempts. And the police have been noted for their absence, noted for their duplicity. And the reason why we're organising this protest here is because we want to show that we aren't going to be intimidated by a bunch of Islamist thugs, and that we can stand up for ourselves, and that we aren't surrendering this park to your attempt to bully us. And if the police won't protect us, then we'll just have to protect ourselves, not because we want to be in that situation, but because the 2-tier policing is creating that situation. And so I appeal to the Royal Parks Police, please learn from the school of thought that PC Barnes had, who was the police officer here previously. He used to engage with everybody, he won everyone's respect, and what he did is he used to regularly garden the park and remove troublesome elements so that this park could be a place of debate, which is what we want it to be. We want it to be a place of debate, not a place of intimidation. But you have allowed it to become a place of intimidation. You have allowed murder attempts to occur in this park because you have just sort of stepped aside and in some arrogant, uninformed attitude just gone, they're all as bad as one another. It's a school playground. Well, hopefully 2 murder attempts might suggest to you that perhaps your perception is not accurate.
We won't stand for it anymore. Definitely waiting to hear you over there.
Right, I'll go there. I'm just finishing this interview.
Definitely with that. Now we've got people down here. Do you think it's going to create more people to come down? Because they've seemed to have the run of the green because everyone's protecting the Muslims and not the Christians.
Well, the police.
The police. So do you think now, if we can start getting more people down here, it's going to be evening out the field, and we can start having that meaningful debates that you do week in, week out for the last few years?
Right. So I want to say this on record. Not everyone is cut out for Speaker's Corner. Here are the 3 characteristics that you need to be coming down to Speaker's Corner. 1, you have to be emotionally intact, i.e. you're not coming here because you're yearning for something else. You need to be emotionally stable, emotionally whole, and you need to be coming down here because you want to do evangelism. 2, you need to have the intellectual gumption to be able to defend your faith, and you need to have the balls and the physical stature to be able to stand up for yourself, because as demonstrated again and again and again, when you want the police will not be on your side, they will not help you. And you must come with an attitude of loving Muslims, not hating Muslims. But loving Muslims doesn't mean allowing Muslims to intimidate you. And that's the kind of person we need in the park. And I will say this, the church in this country and around Europe needs to earn for itself this reputation. That these people, these Christians, they're not trouble causers, they love peace, but you should never mess with them. 100%. And that is the kind of cultural perception that we need to earn in this land.
Yeah, definitely with that. And finally, you spoke earlier on about the Disciples of Christ. It's been a street movement, and you're going to start going to embassies and places like that. Can you just briefly tell the people at home where to find them and what you're going to be doing and what it's about?
So the Disciples of Christ is a Christian street protest movement who are uniting all Christians, black, white and Asian, to stand up with one another and for one another on issues pertaining to the Christian faith. And the first amongst those is the persecuted church. So we're organizing a whole series of protests outside the embassies of those nations where Christians are being persecuted, to show that we stand with our brothers and sisters around the world who are being persecuted. But it will go beyond that. We will also call out and protest against 2-tier policing. We'll call out and protest against the media double standards of the BBC. We'll join with pro-life marches. And we'll basically, any issue where Christians have a vested interest, we as a street movement will start protesting there. Because, why? Because we have something wonderful in the UK, democracy. And not everyone, people don't appreciate that in a democracy, you can change government without violence. That is an incredible achievement. And what it means is that we do battle, but we do it through what we call politics, democratic politics. And so as Christians, we do have the right to protest about Christian issues, about the fact that the police are arresting Christians for just thinking inside their own head. We should be protesting that, and we will protest that. And that is what the Disciples of Christ is. It's a Christian street protest movement. We are leading where the bishops refuse to lead. We are leading where the cowardly clergy refuse to lead, who never stand up even for their own community.
Definitely, amen to that. Thank you for that.
All right, I'm going to go and do a
I know you've
talk.
got to do it. I'm going to put it around.
All right.
All right.